Hey, did you know we're also on Spotify? You can listen to No Offsides on Spotify while you're busting out reps in the gym, driving to your next tournament, mowing the lawn to gain brownie points with your wife because you're always gone at tournaments, or while you're getting in some much needed shooting and stick handling practice. So if you're into multitasking, make sure to follow us on Spotify, where you can listen to all of our awesome content on the Spotify app. What's up, Rink Rats? It's Woody. I'm here to tell you that this week's episode is brought to you by Champion Hockey. If you're looking for quality wheels, sticks, bags, and apparel, then look no further. Champion Hockey has everything you need to look and play like a champion. Check out top-of-the-line Legacy Series sticks and wheels and upgrade your game without breaking the bank. Go to champion.hockey to purchase your gear now, and make sure to check out Champion on Instagram at Champion Hockey to stay updated with products and events. Champion Hockey. Look like a champion.
No offside.
Welcome back for another episode of No Offsides, where we talk roller hockey. Sponsored by Champion Hockey. I'm Dan Dean.
I'm Justin Wood.
And today, our guest is a good one. It's a special one. This individual has made an impact not only to the world of roller hockey, but to the impact of lives through Make-A-Wish Foundation. And so we can only just say thank you and welcome, Colby Collier. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What an intro. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, I just come up with them off the whim, probably like 2 minutes before, and then I also just go off the script from what I write down. So
I told him to do it like the boxing guy, but he won't
there you go.
And no.
So Colby, we're going on 5 years of WISHCUP.
Yep, this is year 5. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Well, and so how did WISHCUP originate into what it is now? I mean, why did you decide to start WISHCUP?
So for anybody that doesn't know me or my family, my son Asher is a Wish kid. I think it was the 18-19 season. The Preds, Make-A-Wish, Nashville Predators Foundation got together and granted his wish. The Preds signed him to like a 3-day contract. He got to practice with the team. He was in the team photo. They gave us a suite. I think it was for like a Leafs game. So really cool experience for us, for him. And he has like photo books of it that he looks at all the time. Just awesome experience. So we were looking for something to stay involved in hockey, which thinking back on that now is like a joke. Like I'm so involved with hockey, it's like a job half the time. So we were looking for something to stay involved in hockey and something to be able to give back to Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee, which is the chapter that granted his wish. So we're like, all right, let's throw a hockey tournament. So, it started with the first tournament was at the outdoor Bellevue rink across town. So middle of July. And I think this was like the COVID year. So like we were dealing with all of that, trying to host it. Yes, you can host it. No, you can't. You got to do this, that. And it was just so hot that day. I think we had 9 teams.
Okay.
We had like 4 in like a rookie or like a beginner division, and then like 5 in an open division. And then that year we also did, so we do 2 events a year. One's roller and one is ice. We did like a draft style tournament for the ice tournament. You sign up, pay whatever the fee was, you get a jersey, and you get to play, I think it was at least a minimum of like 3 games. It was held like at an afternoon at Fordyce Center. So really cool event, and it's grown to what it is now, which is crazy to think about, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're running every year an ice tournament and a roller tournament. And I mean, is your ice tournament as big as the roller one is?
No, not at all. And there's a couple of reasons behind that. We put so much into the roller tournament, and ice is much harder to come by here in Nashville. It's growing. It's definitely growing. I think we're still a couple of months away from the ice tournament, and we're already past our numbers for last year. I contribute a lot of the success or a lot of the growth on the roller tournament to the All-Star game. Like that brings a lot of the kids in. And we're doing our first one for the ice event this year. So like we're making some tweaks to that to help grow it, but we're trying to not outpace ourselves. We don't want to get too big year after year and kind of like it's not quantity over quality. Like if we're not going to put together a good product, if people are not going to have fun, it's not about, I mean, it's about the money. Like you want to be able to donate as much as you can, but if you're taking in all the money and you're not giving a good product, you're not going to have people that want to come back and visit your tournament and play in it. That's why we don't do multiple events in the same year, because we want to be able to focus and like put together the best product for that event.
I mean, I respect it. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, for a lot of people, Wish isn't just a tournament, it's like a whole event. There's plenty of people who they only want to play in it because they want to be a part of the whole kind of circus of it.
Yeah, it is. It's a circus. That's the best way to describe it.
Well, it's roller guys.
Yeah.
Or hockey people in general.
Yeah. And, you know, and that's the thing is like WISHCUP has hooked the roller community, and you know this already. The roller community is as wide span as it is. It's so tight knit that once you hook them and you hit them with a great experience, people just want to come back and other people want to experience what everyone's stories are.
Yeah.
Right?
A great example of that is we have a kid that plays for our 10U teams, kid from California. I think his parents own the like the pro shop that's at not at Irvine and at Corona. It's like Top Shelf Hockey. His kid played with us last year for WISHCUP and tours. They not only brought a 12U and a 14U team, like they're coming with Eton and bringing like a 6U and a 10U team. So that's 4 teams from California based off of one kid's experience. So it's like it just spreads.
Yeah, I mean and that's, you know, and to be honest with you, that's how we got into it, right? Is some of our guys like Austin Gomez, he lives near us and and is from Tennessee originally, but went there, experienced, and was like, we gotta put a team in. Okay, sweet, yeah, we will. And then from that, we've been there for, I think I've been playing for 2-3 years now, so it's a lot of fun. I mean, just seeing the faces and seeing, you know, just people that typically you wouldn't see at a smaller tournament, but now that WISHCUP's not really a small tournament anymore, it's kind of a big one.
All right, and if you love this show, then you will also love the College Roller Foundation. The College Roller Foundation is a volunteer-run, tax-exempt 501c3 nonprofit organization that exists solely to raise and distribute funds to deserving college roller hockey student athletes in the form of scholarships. The College Roller Foundation isn't a tournament series, league, championship, governing body, or sanctioning agency, but rather works with partners to host events to raise and distribute all those dollar bills to roller players who also like to get their academia on. By raising money through donations and divvying out these scholarships to the players, the College Roller Foundation seeks to grow the game of roller in college. And if you're interested in finding more info, helping out, or donating, please visit www.collegerollerfoundation.com and make sure to follow them on Instagram at College Roller Foundation. College Roller Foundation, growing the roller game one scholarship at a time. It's time to join a revolution in roller with US Roller Cup, a premier roller hockey tournament series. The US Roller Cup is led by a passion for the sport. US Roller Cup is driven to create an unparalleled experience for players, fans, and coaches alike. With a focus on promoting roller hockey at all levels from youth to professional, we are committed to growing the game and fostering a sense of community within the roller hockey world. To find out more information, find tournaments near you, or to sign up for an upcoming tournament, go to www.usrollercup.com and be sure to follow USRC on Instagram at US Roller Cup. US Roller Cup, a revolution in roller.
You know, so, you know, it's crazy how just quickly it evolved, right? I mean, how did you handle such great evolution and such like all
Good
the,
question.
how, like, are there people that work with you?
Really, it's the support staff that we have behind us. I will say I do a lot of the work leading up to the event. But if it was just me at the event, I don't think anybody'd come back. Like they'd have a bad time. Like we have neighbors that live 2 doors down. Their kids play ice with Asher, and they literally will take off a week of work and come and help us. My wife is a big support system behind it. We have other families, parents, kids, neighbors that like the team mom for Asher's ice team. Like they handle all the scorekeeping. Like they contract it all out. Like, and I don't have to touch it. Like I do the schedule, I send it to her, and she staffs everything. Like it's like if we don't have things like that, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and then you pull in all these sponsors, right? And then you have like last year, you pulled in the IV people, right? And so people went and partied downtown and then came in the next morning and were just getting liquid IVs.
Yeah, I think DiMartino might have missed the calling on that one. But yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, it's like just things that I would like to see at a tournament. Like that's what I'm trying to implement. Like something that's on my bucket list this year is having like a recovery booth, like somebody there with like a cold tub, something like that. It hasn't panned out yet. It might not pan out yet. It might be next year, but like that's on my list to do. Something that I want to see at an event that would benefit me, or benefit guys like myself. Like I'd like to implement that.
Now, is it
Really
like
cool.
recovery for someone like DiMartino who goes out on the town and then just can't play the next morning, or is it for someone who plays and then wants to relax the muscles a little bit?
No, I'm thinking either or. Love PJ to death, and that was like that was a funny moment. Like when I think about WISHCUP last year, I think of like PJ with like the glove behind his head, like laying on the rink, like that. I mean, that's a funny moment to me.
Yeah, he was on our bench.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember now. But yeah, I mean, I would love to have like a recovery company that's like thinking like cold tubs, Normatec, like that kind of stuff. That either somebody donates, somebody like you pay $5 to jump in a cold tub, like whatever that looks like. Something that I'd love to implement.
I think that'd be sweet.
It's really cool that it's your baby and you can kind of just do whatever you want like that.
Oh man, I have so much fun with it. Like we find something fun that we want to implement, and we just do it. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, well, we won't do that again.
Well, and you guys are lucky enough to have a great media team.
Yeah, we have. I've tried to do too much in the past, take on too much. So this year, like we're bringing in an actual media team to help with some of that. We've got some really cool things lined up for that, from like displaying graphics for pro matchups, doing stat tracking like across the board, 8U to pro. We've got graphics lined up for that. Just
wow.
Things that like I think are cool to see. Like let's try it. Yeah. If it works, great.
Yeah, I mean it's stuff that no one else is doing either. So I mean you're ahead of the curve, right? It's going to make that experience for whether it's a kid or even an adult that much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's something actually Justin and I've talked about it just even when we did like US Roller Cup, right? Is like graphics. Like we need graphics, like, just it'll make the experience so much better. It'll make, unfortunately, where we went and tried doing it, didn't have internet. So it failed. But, and that's why I respect it, because you think of this small details as also as the big picture as well.
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, you are like, if it doesn't work, we're not doing that again. We're not going to force it. So, I mean, you look at it, right, and there's nothing but tents all around that rink.
Yeah.
What kind of vendors you got going this year?
So this year, a couple of our big sponsors, we have the Ville branding has done an awesome job, like bringing our vision to life. we wanted to do, everybody has like, your medals, your cups. We did the big trophy last year. This year, like we've got our guitar trophy. Like you come to Nashville, you think country music, like they did an awesome job bringing that to life. That's not your typical like hockey vendor that you would see. Hallie's is going to be there with the van. Like they're going to have a full booth there.
Okay.
Best Shift, Revision, Tidal Wave, Super Deeker will be back. Sauce Kit will be there. And then we've got a lot of companies, 43 Degrees. They make, you guys can see it back there in the corner. Got a couple of these to give away. They're actual hockey bags that like you just dump all your stuff in, you plug it in, it sanitizes it, and like you're ready to go back to the rink. It's nuts. Like they'll be there.
The bag of the future.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've got one in the garage. I've got beer league tonight. I'm trying it for the first time, so like I'm stoked.
Hey.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw it and I was like, "What the heck is this back here?"
Yeah, it's huge. I'll send you guys a picture of the one that's in the garage. But you just plug it in. It warms your gear up. It sanitizes it, and you go play.
And there's plenty of people in the roller hockey world that need to refuse to air their gear out, and they just smell so bad.
Yep, 100%. And then we've got like your non-hockey sponsors. Like we've got an insurance company, like a window company, like people that see our mission, see what we're doing. They want to support it, and they'll be at the event. They're supporting it.
I mean, I think what we should do is you got to get someone to go around and just sniff everyone's bag, and the worst smelling bag gets the bag.
Yeah, we may find some cool contest. I don't know if you want to call it a contest. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Bring your bag out on the center of the rink and let somebody smell you. I don't want that job though, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to keep talking. But man,
yeah, I mean,
you've done a ton of. Okay, actually, you're right. I was going to take it away from sponsors. You want to keep touching sponsors?
I'm good with whatever.
Well, I just want to talk about the fact that he's done a ton of media work, and what you've done for Wish already is sweet. And I think that that's played a huge part in your growth. Is from the beginning you had good content.
Yeah. I think that's the key to growing on social. Like you've got to put together a good product, number one. And if you're not putting together a good product and you're not showing people that product, like the word's not going to get out about it.
Yeah. Social media is kind of just, I don't even know how to consider it nowadays, but it's basically necessary in business.
Oh, 100%. 100%. A lot of the sponsors that we attract are from what we're doing on social, and they want that same type of exposure. So we put together a package that fits whatever their needs are for that, and it's a win for them and a win for us.
Okay, that's really cool. But you've worked on all this stuff, and like you said, you kind of were taking on a lot. And I feel like it's similar to your background as a videographer. If you're on like a movie set, the director isn't the one running the camera.
Right.
And you've kind of moved into a role more like that where you're just directing everything, poking everything around.
Yeah, I have my hand in way too many things, whether it's like WISHCUP related or like even outside of that in hockey. But it's fun. Like I have a good time doing it. I feel like we're helping grow the sport, and we're putting on a cool tournament that people want to attend, and like we're donating a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that it could get this big without that Hendersonville rink?
No, absolutely not. If we are at a rink that one doesn't have tile, two, the core group that helped get this started were local Nashville guys like Matty Williams, like Joe White. Like if they're not attending event after event after event, whether it's the roll or the ice event, like it doesn't get anywhere bigger. Like you've got like Stephen White and these guys, like it doesn't matter what I do, whether it's an ice tournament or roller tournament, like these guys will jump at whatever crazy idea I throw out. And I guess like we're doing a good job with it because they keep coming back year after year, which is awesome. And there is no chance we would be where we are today without like the community in Nashville, and the rinks and the parks department at Hendersonville. Just amazing. Like I don't even know how many times I saw that those guys bringing those trash trucks around last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was like every morning it was overflowing. Like we were trying our best to just condense the stuff, like without support systems, just like we talked about, like with our staff, without people like that, without the Hendersonville Parks Department, without the rinks, like zero chance that this thing's even a third of the size.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you got to be, they must love you there because they keep wanting you to come back. Right. So
Yeah,
you got to be doing something right. I
Yeah.
mean, so
Do you live pretty close right there?
I am about, depending on traffic, about 35, 40 minutes from the rink.
So do you play out of the club league there?
No, it's a good day if I can get up there like once a week for like our kids' practices, but I'm at the ice rink probably 5-6 days a week because I coach for the 9UAA team and the mites out there. So it's not as often as I would like to be able to get to the roller rink.
and then you're also shooting content for the travel teams too, right?
Yep.
So
So
Busy guy.
season for sure.
yeah. Now you continue to implement the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
And you're not done releasing rosters. Not yet.
Well, we're close. Not yet.
You're close, yeah. So, I mean, tell us what goes into creating these, getting the players for the All-Star game, and kind of like is there like a draft system that happens, or how are teams created?
You said it best earlier. It's a circus. Corralling these guys, getting them committed, getting everything lined up, getting, the gear fitting, all of that stuff done. Running WISHCUP is becoming a full-time job for me.
Surely.
A lot of these guys I knew prior to even starting the WISHCUP, like Barber, Chavo, Nasher, Jeremy with How To Hockey. Like I've shot with them plenty of times, like before any of this. So I had already established those relationships. So like when I pitched the idea to them, it's like, yeah, let's give it a try, see what happens. The first one that we did was 2 years ago, and it was like, my wife looked at me and she's like, this is dumb. Like it's not going to work. And I'm like, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And we tried it, and we had a mix of those all-stars, like Barber, Chavo. I think one of the on the bench guys was there, and then we implemented some more local guys, like some female players that are big in the Nashville youth scene, and just tried to balance that. Last year was a lot of fun. I felt like the rosters were too big last year. So What did we do? We changed it a little bit. So this year we have our Legends game. So you have some pro players, some creators, some guys that are really big in growing hockey right here in Nashville, playing in that. We have the skills comp that's right in the middle of that. So like it's a mesh of both of those guys. And then we have the actual all-star game. Rosters for both teams are going to be at 8 and 2 goalies per. So you get guys like Swaggy P or like Chavo that we want to get more rink time, that are going to create that wow factor.
Yeah.
Like then we gave them more rink time. So that was my goal for this year, was to get them on the rink more. And hopefully it works out.
Okay.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what was it? It was last year when Chavo ran one of the on the bench guys.
Oh, just bodied him. Bodied him.
But I mean, let's be honest. Those guys put so much hurt and pain on their bodies by themselves.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, what's getting hit from behind on the boards?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You know, I can't remember. I'd have to find the video to remember which one it was, but they both have Cameo. So I was really debating like just jumping on their Cameo and dropping like $20 for them to create a video just ripping Chavo for it. I still might do it, but yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering before this, a lot of these guys, you said you knew them, but the guys
Yeah.
you don't know, and when you get them all together, you already described as a circus, but what's it been like meeting some of these guys and just getting all these big personalities together?
It's fun. It's just takes the circus to another level. It was hard last year because honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be as big as it was, like in terms of attendance, but there's people everywhere last year. So like we had this, like you guys know what the rink looks like. Like we had this small pop-up tent and a couple of benches set up for them. I was like, oh, it's perfect. Yeah, they'll come here, they'll sit, they'll get dressed, they'll go on the rink. You couldn't move around their tent. Like there was like they were getting dressed in the grass and like going over to the rink, and I'm like, this is like putting this on my list to fix for next year. So like, what do? We bought humongous tent. We're gonna set it up, all stars only in there, just so they can get dressed, do what they need to do, and they can come out and go skate on the rink and play. So it's like little things like that we notice, like that we have to fix, just to enhance the experience for these guys. Because I feel like the more, I don't know how much more we can grow that or what we can do to get it bigger, but after this year we'll look at it. But the more that we grow that, the more that we facilitate that, it's just going to bring in more kids to the event.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how you kept it like all-star game, then youth and pro. Like that's how I envision these tournaments, is like keeping the big names with the younger players so that they want to continue playing the sport.
Absolutely.
Now,
that was a big goal for mine for this year too, is to make sure that, you know, you've got 6U players coming in that like watch these guys on YouTube. Like, great, let's put their game right before the All-Star game. So there's a ton of people in the stands. They have people cheering for them, and they come out and then go watch these guys play.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I mean, we getting pyrotechnics this year, or what's going on?
You know, I have had a cold spark machine saved in my Amazon cart for some time now. I don't know what the rules are for that, but I'm thinking on it. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, going from All-Star game, we got to touch up on the skills competition.
Oh, yes. I'm so stoked about this.
I mean, you implemented, if I remember correctly, three events?
Yes.
You want to elaborate on what's going to happen in these events?
Yeah. So we've got 3 events, and we were looking for something to have that wow factor, like to showcase these guys. So I'm not going to divulge everything, but first event is rapid fire. I was scrolling Instagram one day a couple months ago, and I stumbled up on that missing curfew Instagram account, and it had like a 1990s video of Yager in this rapid fire event. I was like, this is so cool. And I probably spent the next 3 hours like researching it. So like we're gonna litter the blue line with pucks. We're gonna assign them score values. We're gonna give them 40 seconds. Hopefully that's long enough. I haven't tested this yet. So if it, we're going to test it beforehand. If it's not, like, we'll adjust it a little bit. Biggest or top 2 scores go on to the next round. Those guys will battle it out. Second event. Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Well, and all you got to do is you just got to get Chavo out there to test it out beforehand. And
yeah,
he's too busy right now getting beat by Heffy. So.
Second event, John called me one day. He's like, you got to look at this. I was like, what? So he FaceTimes me and shows me this net. And it's literally this like circus net that's made by Winwell. And it has like just these different targets, but they're like netted targets. Think of like a, you know, when you go fishing, like you have that big net that's just a hoop. You can like scoop the stuff out. It's literally like that on a stick. And I was like, how can we use this? And he's like, I don't know. Like, let's think about it though. And he sent me a video of him going like 5 for 5 or 6 for 6, whatever how many ever there are. And I was like, all right. I was like, let's get one and we'll test this. So We're going to put some guys out, 5 pucks, first to net, all 5 fastest times. We'll move on to the next round. Then we'll go again. Man, the third event, the freestyle shootout. Ash loves watching like YouTube videos of all-star stuff. And he was flipping through one day and like he landed on a dunk contest. And I think it was Vince Carter where like he jammed his hand in the net and he's like hanging on it right there. And then like they're taking the signs and they're holding it up and it's got like a 10 on it. And I'm like, that's it. That's what we're doing.
Mhm.
like bang, right there. So like everybody's gonna get 2 shootout attempts. They're gonna get scored. We'll have some celeb judges. They're gonna get scored. It's either top 2 or top 4 are gonna move on to the next round. We'll go again. They'll get scored. And man, I don't have them yet, or I would show you. The prizes for this are like they're unbelievable. Like people are gonna lose their minds when they see the trophy for this. I don't have it yet. It's in the mail on the way here. We may post it once it comes, but I'm stoked. Like if I had to pick one thing about WISHCUP that I'm like, I cannot wait for it. It's that number 3 event this year.
Okay. Now, are these events in the All-Star games, are they going to be live streamed?
Yes. So we are working on ironing out all the details for that. But this year, our plan is all pro games and all All-Star festivities are going to be live streamed, and we'll have play-by-play for them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, perfect. Where are you going to stream it? Do you know?
It will be streamed on YouTube. The link is in the links section on the links section on the WISHCUP Instagram account.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll definitely be sure to check that out. Now, I mean, you kind of touched up on it. We, talked about Pro Division being streamed. I mean, from the last time that I looked at it, you had 4 teams, and now you got 6. Is that the cap? Like, are you trying to fish for more pro teams, or?
It's not necessarily capped. I want to protect that division. I don't want AB selling out and then some guy that I don't know like just joining it. Like we want to put together a good product for it. And I'd like to keep it at an even number of teams just to make things a little easier. But no, I would definitely like if like Pama calls and says like, hey, like we want to come, like absolutely, like we'll take care of the teams that are in that division for sure.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm just looking at them. So you got Best Shift Hockey, which I'm sure is Chavo's team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Champion Wheelers. They're new on the scene. Dangle Dojo. Is that Eton?
Yep.
Okay. You got Nuts Pro. They were there last year.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Tidy Whiteys. That's Whitey's team.
Yep.
Okay. I'd be curious to see who's on that team. He does get angry when you call him the Whitey Tidies. So if he ever makes you mad, you can.
I think he's watching right now, actually. So.
He went on a rant and said, "Stop saying Whitey Tidies." And then you got the Roadrunners. I guess you got Max Halverson on board.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, right there, you got a pretty solid setup for pro teams. So it should be fairly competitive. We'll see. Because I'm sure that Chavo might be having DiMartino on his team again, but hopefully keep him sober.
Yeah, I think the pro division is like, I'll be completely honest. Like the first year we had it, Chavo had a team, but it was a watered down pro division for sure. Like it's not a pro division that you would see at State Wars or Narch or anywhere like that. And I'll be the first one to admit it. But it's growing year over year, and it's getting more competitive. And that was one of our big goals that we set out to do, was to grow that division. Because like same thing with the All-Star division. If you grow that and you have players that kids want to come and see, like it's going to grow the tournament.
Yeah.
Now
that's something that we talk about a lot,
yeah.
kind of on our Broadway, is just you have to start at that top. Have something for people to work towards and look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you also you obviously you want the kids to enjoy All-Star game and skills comp, right? But you also want them to see like this is the pinnacle, right? This is where you want to reach. This is how you want to look when you're this age and you want to be the top of your game. This is kind of you want to display that, right? So, and that's why not everyone's able to get more than 4 teams unless it's State Wars tours or NARCH. So, I mean, regardless of whether it's watered down or not, I mean, you still got the big names, right? You got Eton, you got Chavo, now you got Halverson. I'm not putting Whitey's name in that bucket. I'm sorry. No kidding. No, I'm just messing. But and you just and it all stems from too though is just what you've put together and what you've accomplished so far, right? And so every year you're just going to get potentially more and more pro teams that want to come out and play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I do have to ask this because someone you do know was wondering, when are you releasing schedules?
It's tough because we have a deadline of I'm probably going to butcher the numbers. I think it was May 10. I'd have to go look it up.
Okay.
But my goal was to cut that off then, give me a couple days to tie up any loose ends, and then get started. If I'm being completely honest with you, the teams that we have right now, schedule's already done. I can't release it because we have a couple teams that I don't know if it's going to pan out. But if today was May 10 and I had these loose ends tied up, the schedule would already be out.
Gotcha. Now, do you have numbers that you're capping each division at, or?
Yes and no. If it's 14U and under, it's sold out. Like we're at capacity for it. Adult divisions, club, AB. Last year, we capped them at 20 each, just because we were at max capacity for the number of slots that we had. Okay. This year, I said the same thing, and then I got to looking at it. I probably spent a couple hours on the schedule last night, and I was like, man, like we can actually take more of those club and AB teams this year because we moved stuff earlier in the week. So we're sitting at either 113, 114 teams, but we can actually take more adult teams. So we haven't like really advertised that yet, but I don't think I'm really gonna cap those other divisions like your club, your AB, your AA, just because we have a lot more space than I thought we were gonna have by moving everything earlier in the week. But like your club, I think we're at 18 teams. AB, I think we're at 19 teams. AA, I think we're at either 6 or 8. So yeah, I mean, we could take a couple more teams in those divisions if somebody is on the fence about like wanting to come.
And I guess you're looking. Are you capping 30 and over at 5 teams, or are you still looking for more there too?
No, we can take more too. There's I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. There's the first 3 days are just jam packed with games. Yeah. That's why I said 14 and under, 14U and under. Like we can't take any more teams. But then like we hit a little bit of a lull in terms of number of games. So like 30 plus, 16U, 18U. And then all those adult divisions, like minus pro, I guess, we can take more teams.
Okay. Yeah, because it's looking like if you were to cap it, AB is full at 20, but obviously you said you're keeping it open, and then clubs at 17. And it's crazy too because there's only a few teams here that it seems like they're the same teams that keep coming back, but it seems like you're also grabbing teams from all over the place, and they're wanting to experience, because I mean they're your Trash Sharks, which are from your area. The Owls were there last year. The Glizzy Goblins, the Chupacabras, the Heat, obviously. And so, but then you got all these teams, right? That are like, who are these people? I'm interested to play them.
Yeah, it's tough. Like we try to protect that club division as much as possible. And we implemented a lot of things that are going to do that this year. But if you have like just a random name sign up in club and they're from New York, like, I don't know who this guy is. I hope it's not like PJ DiMartino playing in club. Like, not that he would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hear you.
It's tough. Like, I noticed a guy that was on a AA roster last year, and he was on a club roster too. And I was like, that's like not gonna fly. So like that's why we implemented the rule that you were texting me about. I was like, we have to protect this more, because if we don't, and you have these adults that are showing up to play club and they're just getting rent, well, like that's the experience. They're not gonna come back.
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's, you got, I mean, as much as I would love to play against Chavo, but you have him dropping down, let's just say, to AB, right? I mean, not many guys want to get embarrassed by Chavo from a toe drag and then again getting sniped.
Yeah.
Now,
man, I'd love to have him on my team, but like, you know how much crap I'd hear for that?
Now my boy Gomer here, there's a video out there of him getting toe dragged and then getting sniped. So, good effort, but I gotta
by Chavo.
Oh yeah. He's the one that actually sent it to me. He was I think it might have been 2 years ago that he played against them, and it's kind of when you had lesser teams, and so he was like, yeah, this is what happened to me this week. And he sent me the video of him getting toe dragged by Chavo and then sniped. And I was like, he goes, at least I was standing in front of him.
Yeah, there you go.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy because you have your southeastern teams that we all are familiar with. And then there's just other teams where I'm like, who are you? Yeah. Do I know you? Like, does my team have a chance? Like, do you have, like, who's your secret agent on your team? But I can tell you this. I want to meet Nasher's team in the playoffs again because I want revenge.
Yeah, there you go. They'll be there. And we're trying to be as transparent with numbers and rosters and all of this stuff as possible. So like, if you want to find out who's on whatever team, well, if they've filled out their waiver, which we've emailed them about, it's online already. Like, there's no, like, we're not like waiting to the last second to publish this or to publish that. Like, as we get these, and it's a pain in the hind end because it's a manual process right now. I don't have it down how I want it to be. Like, rosters are available online already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been searching through here, looking at them, and that's why I was like, oh, Max Halverson's bringing road runners and stuff like that. So just been looking at the scene a little bit.
He's a stats guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question about the rank.
Yep.
It seems like it's gaining a lot of popularity, down to the fact where GCU actually had an exhibition game there with Bethel, right, Dan?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you get to catch any of that?
No, I didn't. So like, we had talked about doing some content based around that. Ash was actually scheduled for a surgery the Wednesday before that. So I was like, God, I just can't do it this week, guys. So like, it just didn't pan out for us.
That's all right. But I feel like with teams that come to Wish, a big thing that really helps you are the teams and the people who have a big social media presence. And we weren't really seeing that in college, but now you have a team like GCU who we just talked to Aiden, their captain and founder, and social media is huge for them. He's using it for recruiting for the team and just trying to build it up. Do you think you'd ever have a college division at Wish?
Yeah, so we have two things that were on my list to grow in terms of teams or divisions from last year. Was a college, or like a 24U or a D1, whatever you guys want to call it, and a women's division. We had a lot of interest in both. Neither have panned out as of today, but like, we have the ability to host it. We have the rooms. We have the space to take it. Like, it just hasn't happened yet. but it's going to happen because it's something that we definitely want to grow.
Yeah,
very cool. Well, you've already got GCU there one time and Bethel.
Yeah.
All they got to do is talk like 4 other teams into it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean Bethel's, I don't know, what's that, an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road?
That's not far. We had like year 2. That's where we were at. We hosted it at Bethel's rink.
And that was right when they put in that new tile too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll just be the first. You're doing everything right. I mean, it's fantastic. Now, some people want to know, is there any plan in the near future for them to put up, potential sidewalls or just like some sort of hanging tarp or something like that? Do you know of?
I don't know. I know I heard the ballpark cost for that, and it was extremely high.
Oh, dang.
We have already been reached out to by more than one indoor facility about potentially hosting there. So, post event this year, we'll decompress a little, we'll start talking, and then we'll see what is the best fit for us kind of leading into next year, and may have something exciting to announce on that.
Okay.
But yeah, we're we love Hendersonville. We love the rinks there, the parks department there. They have been instrumental in the growth. Obviously, we'd love to see walls on the rink, but we're just gonna look at it, and we'll get together with our board and see what the future holds.
Very cool.
Hey, that's all you can really do, right? Is just year by year.
It stunk last year because we got into those last couple of games and we didn't finish the tournament. That sucked for me. We took measures this year to not be able to prevent that, but to be able to work around it. So we announced this from the very beginning, and we're transparent with it. Normal block dates for a club division or an AB division are 3 days long. Well, we booked our block dates for 4 days long. So if we have a weather issue that impacts day 1 or day 2, well, we're telling you up front that is a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't want it to rain at all. I would love just perfect weather the whole week. But the reality is that it's an outdoor facility, and we can only control what we can control. So we baked that in hopes that we don't have to use it, but it is there as an option available for us if we need it.
Cool.
Hey, I mean, it's smart, right? You're thinking ahead. You're transparent. You're letting everyone know this is the idea. This is what we're going with. If you accept it, play, and if not, then sorry, but this is just how it is, and completely understandable. I don't blame you. I'm actually right now going through social media, and I forgot because I wanted to bring this up. Bobby Ryan, huh?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He was on our list to talk to last year, and I don't even remember what happened. For whatever reason, it didn't pan out. And the guy that actually did these for us is a family friend or a close friend with him. And we got to talking about it at his shop when I went to pick this one up. And he's like, oh, well, I'll see what we can do, blah, blah, blah. It'd be great. And I didn't think anything else about it. That'd be awesome, but control what you can control, right? Yeah. Literally a day later, he DMs the WISHCUP account. It's like, hey, I'm in. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You're what? So yeah, we've got another surprise or two on that roster. We're not gonna announce it until I know it's gonna happen. But it's gonna be huge if it happens.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna say Bobby Ryan was a roller hockey guy.
Oh yeah, younger. Yeah.
So
he said he's better at roller than he is at ice, and I was like, what? Tried to get him for my 35 team, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna ease into it, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, because my brother actually played against him when he was younger, and
crazy.
My brother was like, yeah, he was nasty. So yeah, I'm just kind of looking at some names here. You got Rick Acorn, John Chavo, you got Eton playing. You got Heffy in that. You got Nick the goalie, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm excited
cool.
about that.
Obviously, you got Nasher coming back, Swaggy P. Right. So, I mean, I got to ask, though, I mean, how much, what's the thought process about like the uniforms?
Trefty with Tidal Wave does just an unreal job. Like we're in the middle of designing our uniforms for the ice, and I like literally like it's the middle of the night. I'll text him like, "What do you think about this?" Or like, "Hey, check this out." Like I sent him an email right before the call. I was like, I got off with True. We're doing gloves for the ice event. I was like, "Hey, what do you think about these?" Like I need to know because they got to go into production. Like just little things that we bounce off of each other. Like he's so great to work with, and the uniforms are awesome. Like we've never had, like our kids team uses them, my adult team uses them, and like this will tell you enough about a company and about Nasher. Like Nasher uses them. He has like the Columbus Heat jerseys. They sold a ton of those last year at the WISHCUP, and Nasher was like, just donate all the proceeds to the WISHCUP. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Like that's like Trefty does just a phenomenal job, and he's so great to work with. And literally the thought process behind the uniforms is like, I'll get an idea, like that all-star game thing I told you, like I'll get an idea and just shoot him a text. And he's like, yeah, we can make it happen. Just little things like that.
Is Trefty doing the play-by-play?
No. Not that I know of, at least. It's something that I got to talk to him about, but we've got some surprises lined up for that too. We've got a guy that did, I'm pretty sure that Roller Dad News is going to be there. So we're going to work with them. Holy focus. Sorry, boys.
No, you're good.
Roller Dad News, I'm pretty sure is going to be there. And then Charlie Saunier of Renegades of Puck, he did all the play-by-play for the Nashville Spartans. He'll be there as well. So I think it's going to be kind of a tag team effort. But I'm stoked.
Heck yeah. Since we're talking about jerseys and uniforms, can you pull up that hat or the helmet again?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to wrap those like that?
So this is a Bauer React, I think it's an 85 model. And, I was scrolling Instagram and I saw some team in like the KHL, and they had these red buckets. I don't even remember what model it was. They had these red buckets, and their logo was like this wolf, and it was like plastered on the side of the helmet, and it looked like it was like coming off the helmet. And I sent it to Whitey. I was like, check this out. He goes, if you pull this off, it'll be unreal. And I was like, that's all you need to say right there. So this company called Birdworks is out of, I think, Spring Hill. So they're just south of Nashville. I saw them do like a mock of one of these for their, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I saw them do a mock of one of these for their kids' helmet. And I was like, hey, check this out. Like, let me know what you think. And he's like, okay. He's like, send me one in each size. And I was like, okay, well, all right. So I did it. And I was like, well, hopefully I didn't just lose 3 helmets. And I don't know how well you guys can tell on here, but the whole thing is matte.
Yeah.
And each little piece here is an individual layer. So they had to template out the entire thing. That's why I asked for one in each size. And I was like, how long did this take you? He said each helmet to get the template and everything done was 8 hours a piece. And I said, holy cow. This is actually, I think I have 2 of them. There's another one sitting over there somewhere. All the rest of them are like in the process of worked and being printed. But I'm stoked about these. The photo shoot that we did downtown turned out like it was exactly how I wanted it in my head. It turned out so good.
Yeah, those
You're
are
talking about with Shavo?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That's another thing. Like just ideas that I throw out. Like it was like Wednesday or Thursday afternoon. I called Shavo. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, let's do it. And I was like, when are you free? He's like, Monday night. I was like, all right, I'll book the ticket. So like we flew him down. And then Michael, who does content with us, flew down, and I got the goalie that was there was Bonesy, and I don't think we've actually announced him. He's going to be in the All-Star game. He is the e-bug for the Preds. Phenomenal goalie. I think he was terrified to like get in and like actually play roller, but after we did that photo shoot, they went skating down Broadway, and then we went to the rinks and skated for probably like 2 more hours.
Nice.
Wow. That's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, just how you set that shoot up was phenomenal. I mean, you had the city in the background, right? I mean, I have it watching it right now. And where did you shot that right on the river, right?
Yeah, so there's 2 sides to that. There's the side that we started on was the side the Titan Stadium is on, and it like overlooks the skyline. So we shot some stuff there next to the Titan Stadium. We skated under, took an elevator up to the top of the bridge, shot more stuff, and I was like it was literally like an hour in. And like we have, no joke, like we took half of Asher's kids team with us, and they like carried stuff and held lights, and like we took pictures of them, so the moms were happy. And I was like, an hour in, I'm like, that's it, guys, I got exactly what I wanted. And John's like, that's it? Like, it's an hour? I'm like, yeah, like I got exactly what I had in my head. He's like, all right, let's go to the rink. And I'm like, fair enough, let's do it.
That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, John always wants to go to the rink, right? I mean, John always wants to have a puck on his, a stick in his hand and a puck at his feet. So, I mean, that's just John, right? So, but something I forgot to mention was you have, it's the same weekend, the Youth Skills Night.
Yeah, so Saturday is all-star stuff, the skills there. Sunday, we're doing the youth skills. So we have a couple events there. We have an accuracy, or like a passing contest. So same thing as last year. Kids are going to pass into soft kits.
Okay.
We have a breakaway, which is like, in other words, for shootout. We have a goalie save streak, which is the same competition. And then we have fastest skater. Vinny with sauce kits, just phenomenal for us. He's donated sauce kits again. So every kid that wins whatever age group or whatever competition and age group they signed up for, they'll get a sauce kit, they'll get a medal, and we may have something else for them as well.
Okay. I mean, I know the adults love it, but the kids must love it even more.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's fantastic. Like I said, you hit every box that either a child wants to participate in or have a chance to participate in, and even a man-child wants to participate in. So it's fantastic.
yeah.
Adult skills might be next on my list. We'll see. I mean, we may have time to do it this year. I don't know. I don't know if there's a market for it or if people would be interested in it. Like, if people want to do it, like, absolutely, we'll do it. I'll get out there and look like an idiot for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
probably the only way I'd break some sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Hardest shot? A radar gun or something?
Yeah, you just, you ask the local police station. I mean, I've gotten pulled over by them, so I could just ask them, be like, "Hey, you want to donate a radar gun?"
There we go.
So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, you're doing everything right, and you are social media heavy on it. You are transparent with everything that y'all want to have happen. You are putting in the small details of jerseys for All-Star game to gloves to helmets now.
Oh, wait till you see the whole package we've got this year. We don't have everything yet. We're going to do a video on it. Like, I'm fired up for everybody to see it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't, and I can only imagine what you go through, because just looking at it all on your social media, it's a lot for me to indulge in, let alone not even knowing the work that you had to put in to even pull all of it off.
Yeah.
For sure. It's I have a lot of fun doing it, and yeah.
So touch it back on the guitar. Is that every division?
Every division for ice and for roller. I have one guitar here. The rest of them are on order. It's actually in a box up there, or I'd pull it out. Or if you want me to pull it out, I'll pull it out. We ordered 26, 27 guitars.
Damn.
We have that many divisions for roller and ice, and then a lot of the kids divisions, like we have enough teams, so they're split into double A, single A. So yeah, every division, and then every kid, like championship game, win or lose, they'll get a medal. Skills comp, they'll get a medal. But yeah, we did guitars for every division, roller and ice. Like Ash played some like Music City Classics in an ice tournament like over Christmas, and like the prize was a guitar. I was like, this is really cool. I didn't think anything else about it. And then like we were talking with DeVille Branding about like what we want to do for trophies, and like he was sending me some ideas, and like I remembered that picture of Asher and his buddy holding a guitar. I was like, can we do this? Like, how expensive are these? Can we do it? And he's like, I don't know, but I'll find out. And then like they covered, like we put their logo on the guitar, and they like covered an unreal amount of it, like just stepping up as a huge sponsor for us. And like, I mean, somebody might have to buy an extra plane ticket to get home, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's insane. Like I said, all right, I might have to. I don't play the guitar, but now I want the guitar.
Yeah.
So, my wife will hate it because it'll just go in the room with the rest of the team's trophies and medals.
And hang it on the wall.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And then my wife will hate it because I'm like, I think I can play this thing.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the two, so they won 8U double A and single A at this ice tournament they went to, and they're literally hanging on the wall at the rink before you walk into the gym. So the kids see it all the time. They're like, this is so awesome. It's a conversation piece.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like it. It's a nice touch.
And it's so fitting for Nashville.
Exactly. Kevin, one of the guys that's like, he's been with us since the start. He's huge for us, like at the events. He's like, well, I guess it was only a matter of time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it is. You won't win a trophy like it, which is why WISHCUP is just that unique.
Yeah.
How long until you have some of these Nashville artists come out and perform for everybody?
Maybe on June 1.
Ooh. Ooh. But no chairs being thrown from the rooftop, right?
No. I told you we had a couple surprises, and they probably won't be announced until like they're in the building. but yeah, we've got some small things and some big things up our sleeves for the event.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah,
What's something else you think people might be interested to know about your entire experience with Wish?
Oh man.
Tell us secrets.
That the roller event's fun, but I think this year, and it's not doubled in size every year, but it's came close. It's hard to double in size when you're like where we're at now. But I think the ice event this year is going to really take off. I can't tell you the rosters yet because they're still in season. The guys are still in season, if that tells you anything.
Oh.
But it's going to be nuts. Cannot wait. We had some sponsor meetings earlier today, and they heard what we had in store, and they're like, we're in. That's it. Like, we're in. So like,
congrats.
It's going to be guys that if you're a roller only guy and like come out to the All-Star game, just come and watch. And like, I promise you'll have a good time. It's going to be so much fun.
Okay.
And if
all right.
like we've scheduled the ice All-Star game, but if this skills comp for roller goes as I think it's going to, if it's fun, like we'll do it for ice for sure.
Nice.
Good idea.
I can say I've been trying to throw some feelers out. I've been trying to sit there and say that Bedard's going to the WISHCUP.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I saw some of them. Like I would love that. I don't have a contact for him or
Oh,
like
it's so funny
he would have
because
probably already blocked my number.
the Canadian roller hockey group immediately reached out to me. Was like, I don't think that's happening.
Nah.
And I was like,
What do they know?
yeah, what do they know? They don't play with them. They don't
Yeah.
play in that. No, but yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get him out there because I think it would be huge for roller hockey to get someone like him at his age. And obviously, he knew early that he wasn't making the playoffs. There's Blackhawks are one of the first few teams out of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, right? And I know he goes back home and he plays in the NSIHL and stuff like that with his buddies, but I don't see why he shouldn't play in Wish Cup or Tours or Narch or State Wars. And I get he doesn't want to get hurt and he's young and whatever, but like if you're playing in your men's league, why not play in these other tournaments? You did it when you were a kid.
Yeah, there you go. I know a lot of these guys have like, from what I understand, clauses in their contract that it'll void it if they get hurt, like walking down the road or on a scooter, whatever. So like I get it, but like if they want to come, like absolutely love to have them.
I'll keep pressing them.
There you go. You let me know if you break down that wall.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm arrested in Canada, you know why.
There you go.
Because we've talked before about the huge impact that Gretzky had by doing a bunch of stuff like that and really growing the game. And it'd be nice to see a new player step up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because you got Patty Maroon, you got Bobby Ryan come back on the scene for Wish Cup, right? Who was it? Who came out last year?
Neil.
Yeah, James Neal.
He was at was it Nasty Cup?
Yeah,
maybe?
Nasty
Cup. The State Wars event, whatever it was called. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, he was at Nasty Cup, right? So you got these guys, and he's never played roller hockey. It was very, very apparent that he's uncomfortable skating. But you get these guys. Though. Absolutely, and if we can get more names like that to just come out and try the sport, and what better platform than the Wish Cup, right? I think it just helps the game grow.
Absolutely.
Do you ever pat yourself on the back for that? I feel like you're such a humble guy. Yeah, this whole conversation, you haven't wanted to overtalk yourself, but you've done so much.
No, like I'm like in the grand scheme of things, like I'm a nobody. I'm having fun. I'm creating a place for Asher and his friends to play hockey, and we're donating money. Like everything else is cake.
Well,
if it stops,
you're doing more than you think.
If it stopped tomorrow, like I don't know, like how many people, like if people would be upset or whatever, but like as long as I can do this and it's feasible for me to do it, like I put my heart and soul into like doing these events, and the goal is for people to want to come back and have fun. Like that's it.
Yeah, I mean, and you're raising money for a great cause.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, yeah, it's everything's a win-win here. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, Colby, is there anything else that you want to release or, say like anything we missed?
Not necessarily release. We've got like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more roster spots to announce. If you look at those skills graphics hard enough, you can probably figure it out. If you've never been to a Wish Cup event, like just come check it out. We're not trying to compete with like your State Wars or your Narch. Like those guys are awesome. Like they do, like they're in their space, and like we can't touch their pro division, and we're not trying to. Like they do the things that they do right, and it's great. Like the sport needs competition, and like we're just having fun here. Yeah, if you've never been, come check it out. Like just come watch. Even if you don't like hockey, like just come watch. You'll have a good time.
I'll second that. Yeah, it's an amazing event.
Absolutely. Oh, you're giving. Oh, You're starting off the retirement tour.
Who are we talking about?
Wydock.
Oh yeah, Nikki.
Yeah, you're starting off his retirement tour. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even notice all these players.
He likes it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, Colby, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate you holding this and starting this tournament and getting it to where it is today. We appreciate you for joining us. We appreciate you for fighting for the good cause. I mean, you're doing it all.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
If you're not going to be humble for yourself, I'll be humble for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll brag him up.
Yeah. So,
Pat him on the back too. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you're looking at on your screen. Where he's at on your screen. Where he's at on mine.
I found him. He's right here. Give him a little rub.
Not on my screen, bud.
Oh, well, on this one.
Yeah. So, but hey, I mean,
everybody go sign up.
Go sign up. Fill up.
Overwhelm him more.
Yeah.
He already has a ton of stuff to deal with, but more money for this charity is a benefit.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I guess that's where we leave it off at.
Yeah, all the links are below. The big link to all the Wish Cup links are down there too. So you can even find the live broadcasting link in there.
Okay.
If you're not going to be there, make sure you watch.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
Like the channel, subscribe. Go ahead and follow MD Media. Go ahead and follow the Wish Cup so you can see all the content and all the releases. If you're forechecking roller hockey, dole it up because there's no offsides. I'm Dan Dean.
I'm Justin Wood.
Colby, once again, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, peace out, man.
Yeah. No offside.
I hope that the hockey world sees what we're doing, sees our mission, and Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee is just overcome with donations where they don't have to worry about how many kids are in this list to have their wishes granted, and they're all taken care of. Because there's a saying in our house, and it's wishes change lives. And if we can help change those families' lives, that's why we're here. Asher had his wish granted in the 18-19 season. The moment he wakes up, he's 100 all the way until he goes to bed. I think we got here at noon today. He didn't leave the rink until it was time to get dressed for warm-ups, and he was still buzzing out there. And like, he's probably, I would guarantee you, he's sticking his hand somewhere over there. The kid is, I mean, he's amazing. He's a warrior. I mean, that's all there is to it. The Wish Cup was kind of born from just an idea that we had to be able to give back to Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee. The average cost of a wish is 10 grand, and Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee has over 55 kids waiting to have their wishes granted. So that's 550 grand just in this city alone. So we wanted to do something to give back to the organization that helped him so much. I think the first year we had 9 teams and an outdoor roller rink across town. Second year we had 26 teams, and this year, like, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's because of the community and everyone that's involved. We have 62 teams registered for the event this year. And this is an amazing event in the community, in the roller hockey community, and we're just getting started.